Hey guys, it's Brent, and I just want to say really quick, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. Be sure to click subscribe and hit the notification button so you get notifications so you don't miss any content. Also, feel free to leave a thumbs up or leave a comment and enjoy the video.
In my head, in my head.
Hey guys, it's Brant with In My Head channel, and I'm back with another video. And today I'm going to be talking to you guys, and I'm going to be talking about some of you guys and gals. I don't know if you've noticed, but my channel is about to reach 1,000 subscribers. At the time of this filming, I have 922 subscribers. And I've been gaining several subscribers a day, 30 subscribers a day or so. And my video, the very controversial video that I'm going to be talking about tonight, is my Paul Stanley caught lip syncing video. Has just reached, as of today, 101,000 views, which is incredible. And it's probably my highest viewed video that I have. It is my highest viewed video that I have. And, you know, it's gotten me a lot of exposure, good and bad. I've had people come up or come on my comments and say, you know, good job, I agree with you. And then I've had some people that don't agree with me, have attacked me personally. And so what we're going to do tonight is I'm going to talk about some of these comments. And I want to show them and I want to address them, each one of them, in a rhetorical way, maybe in a give myself an opportunity to reply, or just snicker and laugh and point. You know. So here we go. Here's the first comment. The first comment: Kiss is still going to sell out every show, so even if you tried your hardest, you ain't derailing nothing, especially Kiss. Now, I actually had, this is a comment where I actually had a fan say that that videos like the one I was making was derailing the tour, and I said that I'm not trying to derail the tour. I know that I'm not going to derail this tour, whether I go or not, nor am I trying to. Whether I go or not, I'm not trying to tell any of you. I've never told any of you, don't go to this tour. I'm just saying what I've said from the very beginning with the lip syncing. If they're going to use backing tracks, more power to them. You know, I don't care. But be honest about it. And don't say that you're not. But if you don't care, go to the show. By all means, go and have a great time. I'll be with you in spirit, but go and have a great time. Comment number 2. Cured HD wants to know, what's that intro song? I love that bass. That song is the intro to In My Head, and the Kiss song In My Head. And basically what I did, if you listen to that track in stereo, the guitars is on one side, and on the other side it's just bass. And so what I did was I stripped away the guitars, and using an audio editor I stripped away the guitars, and I just left the bass. And sometimes I mess around with it. I put different effects on it. Sometimes like for Carnival of Souls, my Carnival of Souls review, I reversed part of it. So I play around with it from time to time. If you have a sharp ear, you can catch me playing around with it from time to time. So let's go to the next comment. Mark Anthony says, piss off, bald man. You have no idea. You're a dickhead, purple helmet. Well, Mark Anthony, I love you too. But as for that, I do know a lot. I'm probably very well astute in Kiss, and I am a Kiss fan. For those of you who think just because I point out Kiss's flaws and I point out Kiss's when they're doing wrong, I say you're doing wrong. That does not make me not be a Kiss fan. And so, but I have no problems with this Kiss. I have no problems with Tommy and with Eric, other than the fact that Gene and Paul are passing them off. And I know that's the tired argument that everybody's like, oh God, here we go again. That's just my 2 cents. But I am a Kiss fan, and I do know. And I may be old and fat, and yes, I am a dickhead, but I do know something. Next comment. Now, this interaction between 2 viewers made me laugh. 3D Gun said, is Kiss still a thing? And Brent Dozier said, is saying a thing still a thing? And I guess I just must be old because saying a thing is still a thing to me. But Kiss is still a thing. They're very much still a thing, and even after has hung it up and quit playing and played their last tour, that even I'm gonna cry whenever they have their last show. Kiss will always be a thing. They're the most iconic band out there. You put up a picture of Kiss, people know who they are. Love them or hate them. They're a band, they're a brand, they're a machine, they're a business model. They're what all other bands wish they were. There's a very small handful of bands that have reached the status that Kiss has. And so, yes, Kiss is still a thing. Next comment. Ruben says, dude, you're so fucking stupid just trying to get views. Some screams and other stuff are pre-recorded. Almost every other artist used those samples in this day. You're pathetic. Well, I appreciate your very well thought out and very well spelled and very well punctuated comment. And, you know, most bands, even Nikki Sixx of Motley Crue recently came out in an article I read today and said that Crue has used backing tracks to enhance sounds and stuff like that. And other bands use it. Even my favorite band, Typo Negative, used loops and programmed samples and stuff like that. If you're going to do it, don't be hypocritical about it and be upfront about it. That is my biggest, listen to the words coming out of my mouth. I don't care if Paul Stanley lip syncs, if he needs backing tracks. Anything that makes him sound like I said in my previous video, an old woman standing out in the yard, get out of my yard. I'm all for it. But be honest. Hey, I'm using backing tracks. Hey, I've got a track running that helps me out. I'm touring for 2 years. I'm 60 years old or 70 years old. All the excuses that I hear you guys saying, Paul needs to be saying these. And I've heard somebody say, Paul Stanley don't owe you an explanation. No, he does not. But because I'm not paying to go see the tour. But the people that are paying to see the tour, he does owe them an explanation. And then there are some people who could care less. We kind of fall down on that side there. And I have nothing against the people that want to go and just have a good time, you know, and everything. And go do it, you know. But be honest about it. Wow. Next comment. Patrick Riley says, you got a lot of free time. You got a lot of free time. I had to read that twice. No, Patrick, I actually don't got a lot of free time. I work about 60 hours a week. And so, no, I do not have a lot of free time. But the free time that I do have, I spend making these videos. And like it or not, you know, comment good or bad, I spend my free time that I do have researching Kiss to make these videos and making videos about Kiss and about other bands as well. So thanks for the comment. Anyway, let's go to the next one. Charles Smith says, shut your fucking cock pocket and play the damn video already. Now, I gotta admit that made me laugh. I mean, cock pocket. I had to think about it for a second. I'm like, oh, okay, I get you, Charles. Yeah, he was wanting to see the video, and I was probably doing the lead-in. You know, that's what they call it, the lead-in. Telling the story, telling what I'd found, and then I played the video. Not only did I play it once, I think I played it like 3 times. Slowed it down, zoomed in so you could see that Paul was as far away from the mic as I am from the camera here. Yeah, so I'm glad that you enjoyed the video, Charles. But I apologize for taking too much time to get to the video. I'll try to do better next time. Maybe, maybe not. Next comment. Blast You Bear says, you're saying Ace might show up after the feud that spewed between Gene and Ace? That's highly unlikely. Let me take you back to a time after Ace and Peter left and the band, and they said that Paul and Gene were very nasty towards them. And kind of like they're being now. Well, they're kind of all being nasty towards each other, honestly, except for Peter. Has anybody noticed how quiet Peter is being during all this? Peter's like, I'm retired. Nobody ever thought the reunion tour would ever happen, but it did. Money, my friends. Money, money, money. It's the music business. Music business. So if the money gets high enough, These egos and these bad feelings will be put aside, at least for them to be on the stage together. They don't have to be best friends. They don't have to hang out before or after the shows. They don't even have to ride in the same damn airplane. At some point in time on this tour, Ace and Peter will be on that stage. Agree with me or not? They will be. Next comment. WJA Wajatube says, next video, breaking news. It's not their real hair. They're wearing wigs. And again, that's just funny to me. I mean, some of these, I actually laughed out loud when I read them. And that was one of them. Oh my gosh, they're wearing wigs? Next comment. Scott Miller says, holy shit. The typo negative Bloody Kisses cover in the background. And yes, while it's not in the background anymore because I changed it out, I do have the typo negative Bloody Kisses. This is the Black Friday commemorative, and I have an unsealing video about this that I'll put on the end of this video. If you want to watch it, you can go straight there. If you're done listening to my bullshit, you can go straight there. Or you can watch the rest of this video and then watch it. But this is the one that's got the green vinyl. I'm going to show this real quick because I love me some typo, and I know this is a Kiss video, or technically a Kiss video. So technically it's not a Kiss video, but it is. But you just got to see this vinyl really quick and how pretty it is. That green and black marble vinyl. But yeah, that is typo. That is a typo negative album you see back there. Good eyes. I often wonder how many people actually see my videos, my albums back here, and that they do change out. We got Monster here. We got Psycho Circus here. Those are the next two I'm going to be reviewing. And back there we've got Kiss, Harder Than Hell, and you can't see it. It's just a little off camera. Dressed to Kill, the first 3 Kiss albums. And they're up there because of a certain video that I'm going to be working on. And that's a little bit of a clue. Sometimes you see some Easter eggs back there. Just for those of you who watch on a regular basis. All right. Next comment. Anthony Pacone says Eric Singer was the one that screamed, duh. That's why Paul pointed to him. Duh. Eric has a high voice and often helps if Paul's voice is hurting. Even Paul has said that at one point. Well, Anthony, I'm going to tell you, that's the most ludicrous thing I've ever heard. I have heard, and Eric does have a great voice. He has an amazing voice. He's a great singer. He's a great drummer. But Paul was not pointing at him to scream. It happened after he screamed. And I've been in bands that have missed cues. And Paul, whenever Eric didn't come in on time, Paul shook his head, turned and looked at Eric. And then the pyro went off. And then he pointed at him like, you blew it. And that was Paul Stanley's pre-recorded scream. It was not Eric Singer screaming that scream. It was pre-recorded. The timing on the whole thing was botched, so Paul had to actually sing that one live. Do I think Paul uses backing tracks through a whole show? No, I don't. Do I think that Paul uses backing tracks in some parts of the show, in some parts songs, and maybe some songs entirely? Yes, I do. Anyway, next comment. Andrew Doss says, one yeah is not lip sync. Okay, we agree to disagree. That's just a cue sample that happens once. No, it's part of the song. Did he lip sync the verses? Didn't look like it to me. It didn't look like it to me either. He actually sang them. Quit your belly aching. Okay, I'm from the South. You don't have to rib me too bad over that. Still a great show. I'd rather it sounded good. This is a non-issue. Well, not to some people it's not. Anyone who thinks they're getting ripped off in this stage in Kiss's career needs to open their eyes to the fact that these guys have created the greatest rock spectacle ever for decades and are still entertaining. And then I didn't go on after that because I actually agreed with him on that last part. I do think that Kiss used to put on the greatest show ever. They have some of the most iconic stage shows, some of the most iconic shows. They do things that no other bands do or no other bands did before Kiss did them. Anyway, next comment. Kirk Ralph Arman says, you wanted the best, you got karaoke. The oldest band in the world, Kiss. Once again, this is just one of those that made me laugh. I just heard, you wanted the best, you got karaoke. The oldest band in the world. They're not the oldest band in the world. And they're not exactly karaokeing, give them a break. But that was a funny comment. Next comment. Enrique Garcia the fourth says, he sings, dumbass. They just use that scream because it's iconic, you fat fuck. Well, Enrique the fourth, I do appreciate you noticing that I'm rotund. But this is a forum where we try to have educated and, common sense discussions on a higher level and not resort to name calling when somebody doesn't share our point of view. So, therefore, I'm sure you're a very intelligent individual. But the scream, it is iconic, like I just said. But I think iconic, you're pushing, their opening riff to Detroit Rock City is iconic. This is just Psycho Circus. I'm okay with the backing track. Once again, I'm going to sound like a broken record. I'm okay with them using backtracks and using pre-recorded screams and pre-recorded voices for the backing vocals. I know everybody does it, people. I'm not an idiot. Like I said, I'm a musician too. And not only am I a musician, but I've worked with bands. I've been around bands that have used tracks that they play along to. I've seen it happen. So, once again, a little disclosure would be nice, especially to the fans who are paying to go. They at least owe us that, don't they? Or the ones that are going, they owe them that. So, next comment. Tim Boyden has a simple comment and said, not Eric's fault. And I don't know how it's not Eric's fault, because if you know the song Psycho Circus, and if you are a musician who have played the song Psycho Circus, and you count out the measures of Psycho Circus, he did blow the beginning. He came in very late, and Paul knew it. Whenever Paul turned his head and started shaking his head, Eric was already supposed to have been coming in by then, or starting to come in by then. Paul was right at his mic, ready to do his scream. That's why he backed away. At that point in time, whoever was running and see, I don't know if you guys know how backing tracks work. So, and I'm not trying to talk down to you, but I'm going to educate you a little bit. A backing track on a soundboard is not just one big all-together track. Depending on what all they're using a backing track on, they can have everything. They can have Gene's bass in there. They can have Gene's voice, background vocals, drums, Paul's vocals. And they can take anything out at any given time. So if the person running the board would have got Paul's backing track vocal for his main vocal turned down in time, we wouldn't have heard that scream. And I know I sound like I'm beating a dead horse, but I guess in a way I'm only defending myself. Because I don't have to convince you guys that I'm right. Because I know that I'm right. On this particular song, on Psycho Circus, on the video that I showed, and I'll put it at the end of this if you haven't seen it, I know that I'm right on this particular song. So, next comment. Mark Rush says, wah, wah, wah. Another loser whining about Kiss. How original. Well, Mark, again, I'm not going to resort to name calling like you have. I have intelligent conversations here, and I'm not whining about Kiss, I don't think. If that's what you think I'm doing, then I apologize, but I'm not whining about Kiss. I'm talking about things that I disagree with Kiss and just talking to my viewers. So, but I'm not a loser. So, I know I'm not a loser. I live a pretty good life, so I'm not a loser. All right, next comment. Mark Walden, I just had to leave. I had to leave both of these here because he loved me enough to comment 2 times. You should be on Rotten Tomatoes reviewing films. You're a real private dick. And I don't know exactly how to take that. Part of me wants to take it as a compliment, but part of me thinks he's kind of putting me down. I don't know. Either way, I appreciated the comments. So I'm going to keep, and I am actually starting to review films. I'm just going to do it here and on my channel and not on Rotten Tomatoes. And I've been called a dick a lot of times, asshole, other things, among other things. So, but not very private about it. But yeah, private dick. I think it's a compliment. Yeah, next comment. Oh, they're getting good. Micah McGillicuddy says, at 2 minutes and 30 seconds, Posta starts singing. Did you say Posta? What an asshole. Yeah, I meant to say supposed to, and then I said Posta instead, so I guess I should have maybe said the right thing instead of Posta saying the wrong thing. I maybe should Posta say the right thing the next time. What did he say? He called me an asshole? Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'll take, that's a compliment, actually, to what I usually get called, which is usually a whole lot worse. At least not to my face. Usually only on the internet. I mean, you know, me being about 6'2" and about 290 pounds, I don't get called too many bad names to my face. But that's cool. Anyway, next comment. Stratman says, "Sync it up, sync it up, up." And I would add, "It's karaoke right now." No, I'm kidding. That's another one that just made me laugh. Sync it up, up. Next comment. Steve Priest says, just to clear things up a bit, the whole show isn't lip synced as some people are saying. They're very clever about inserting tracks and vocals in certain parts songs though. For Paul, Detroit Rock City, Love Gun, and Heaven's on Fire look like songs where vocals are used. They were also using backing tracks for War Machine, whatever reason. And Steve, honestly, I really want to thank you for that comment because you hit the nail right on the head. And me personally, I've never said it, and if it's come across as it, I want to clarify myself right now. I do not think that Paul or anybody in KISS is lip syncing or backtracking the whole way through the concert. I know that Paul sometimes is using his original voice, his real voice, and not a recording, because you can tell, because it doesn't sound as good as when you do hear a backing track. And Gene, I've seen a video where Gene on War Machine, he walks away and it goes the whole last, "I'm a war machine," and Gene's like backing away from the mic. So yes, Gene is even using backing vocal or backing tracks or whatever. And like I said, I know they're not. And like I said earlier in the comment, I know that they got different tracks that they can fade in and out. And it's fine. I'm okay with that. Be honest about it, though. Be honest to the fans about it. Anyway, next comment. Thanks for that comment, though. Next comment. George Glass says, the only thing more pathetic than Paul's vocals are this guy's videos. Well, George, I really appreciate that. I don't have to go to therapy this week because you have helped me this week with giving me my self-esteem and everything and telling me how pathetic I am. And, I'm just a worthless and everything. And do y'all believe any of that? I don't either. I'm not pathetic. And my videos aren't worthless. So anyway, next comment. Mr. Blackwell says, we get it. You're no longer a fan. Go away, crybaby. And oh, Mr. Blackwell, you're not well, and we can tell. Oh, Mr. Blackwell, why don't you go to hell? That's the words to a song. That's not me talking to you, Mr. Blackwell. I like that screen name though, and I like the little icon you had of Creatures. I love that era. That's one of my favorite eras of KISS. And what? I'm not a fan. Do you see the albums? Do you see the room? Do you see the memorabilia? What little I do have still? I am a fan. I'm actually not tooting my own horn, but of the people around me, I'm probably the biggest KISS fan that they know, to the point that I get called the KISS guy everywhere I go in my little town. So I am a fan. I still am a fan. Just because I criticize and critique and give my opinions and call them on stuff that they do wrong, that's my responsibility as a fan who has 42 plus years vested into this band. So yeah, but thanks for the comment. Let's go to the next one. In the last comment, Ray Myers says Paul should replace himself with a fake Paul and put Ace back in the band. Ace can sing. Well, now easy, Ray, easy. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. I don't think anybody in KISS needs to be replaced other than if they're going to wear the makeup on a final end of the road tour, Ace and Peter should be a part of it. But at the same time, what if Ace and Peter at a show that I'm at, and then the very next night you go to that show and they're not there? Wouldn't you be pissed? It is what it is. We got what we got. We're getting what we're getting. So if you want to go see it, by all means, go see it. Do not, and I think I have this kind of influence, but do not go see Kiss based on whether I tell you to or not. Go see Kiss. I'm telling you, go see them. Like I said, I love them, and I'll defend Kiss if they're being wrongly accused of something, or somebody tries to say something about them that's not true. I will stand up, and I will stand up for them. But, y'all poke fun at me in the comments and be downright mean sometimes, but I can take it. I got thick skin. Like I said, I've been a big boy all my life, and I know I'm almost 50, so if you're going to call me fat and old, you got to come with better than that. But anyway, guys, that's all I got for you. Hope you had fun. This was supposed to be lighthearted. I did get kind of deep, but just goes to show you, I do read your comments. I do read them. Sometimes I reply when I have the time. But I'm Brant within my head channel. I appreciate you hanging with me, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. This is very therapeutical. Therapeutical. That just don't sound right.